Just like these West Virginia hills, the Mountaineer is a living, breathing legend. Adkins has carried this tradition with honor, but now it's finally time for a new native to put on the coonskin hat. From athlete to coach to nurse on the front lines, I'm Georgia Hensley, and coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll show you how this alumna is bringing her experience full circle back to WVU gymnastics. In the midst of the COVID crisis, Millick stepped away from gymnastics and into a new chapter as a travel nurse dedicated to saving lives across the country. Flipping, flying, and setting records, I'm Georgia Hensley, and after the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll introduce you to a gymnast who isn't letting injury keep her from chalking up this season. Lee has been making waves this season on floor, beam, and bars. In the January 12th meet against Central Michigan, she delivered a standout floor routine, earning a perfect 10 from one judge and a 9.9 from the other, setting a new career high. A typical night at CLDC begins with a half hour of instruction, followed by a 30-minute dance hall. That means even folks new to boot scooting have the chance to master the dance. For the past year, Braden Adkins has embodied the spirit of West Virginia as the WVU Mountaineer mascot, attending over 425 events since the 2024 spring football game.
Doing all these events, you might have 3 or 4 in a day, and it doesn't matter if the event is 3 people or 300 people or 30,000 people. You get to meet a lot of cool people.
Last August, he visited 17 local schools in a single day to kick off the academic year and inspire a new generation of future Mountaineers. Just like these West Virginia hills, the Mountaineer is a living, breathing legend. Adkins has carried this tradition with honor, but now it's finally time for a new native to put on the coonskin hat. Each year at the final home men's basketball game, the mascot hands over the musket to their successor. This time, it was passed to Cade Kincaid.
As a passionate West Virginian and somebody that's going to live here for the rest of my life, it was always like a huge thing to me, and I didn't apply anywhere else except for WVU.
Now, as Kincaid prepares to step into the Buckskins, he does so with the mentorship of those before him and the weight of tradition on his shoulders. From one Mountaineer to the next, the torch is passed, but the tradition lives on. The passing of the rifle ceremony is set for April 4th. Kincaid will officially begin his duties as the 71st mascot the following day at the Spring Football Showcase. Here at WVU, 2 of the 3 gymnastics assistants are women. That includes the newest member, who has a long history with the program. Kaylin Millick is coming home. After 5 years away from Morgantown, Millick is returning to the West Virginia gymnastics program for what is now her 6th year as an assistant coach.
I've been grateful the past few years, living all over the country, and people would ask me, what's your favorite place? And low-key would be Morgantown. So it's just home. So I've really been craving kind of that home base again, and this is it for sure.
Between 2015 and 2020, Millick guided WVU through defining seasons, leading the team to 4 top 50 finishes. In 2020, she helped them earn a number 24 national ranking on floor before the COVID-19 pandemic abruptly cut the season short. In the midst of the COVID crisis, Millick stepped away from gymnastics and into a new chapter as a travel nurse dedicated to saving lives across the country. 5 years later, she returns, not just as a coach, but as someone who has lived, learned, and seen the world beyond the gold and blue mats. But Millick's experience in the gym is not limited to the sidelines. From 2011 to 2013, she competed in 38 meets for WVU, tallying a total of 1,290 points.
Had the pleasure of coaching her. She was an amazing athlete, and as soon as she was getting close to being done, she said, "Hey, I may want to coach," and I said, that's all the words I needed to hear. So grabbed her and threw her into the coaching ranks, and yeah, it's been a joy ever since.
As she steps back into her role, overseeing all 4 events and team choreography, she brings the same fire she had as a gymnast, now sharpened by resilience, teamwork, and heart. One WVU gymnast was also reunited with her team after a devastating injury ended her sophomore season, forcing her to rebuild from the ground up. Now, her senior year is about proving that resilience doesn't just mean returning to the mat. It's about coming back stronger than ever. Thanks, Trent. The Mountaineer mascot is one of West Virginia's longest traditions. In 2019, the mascot program changed its policy to a one-year limit, allowing for more students to take on the cherished role. Now, a new face prepares to do just that. Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. Tanner, a WVU club team, is keeping alive a sport that traces its roots all the way back to the 1400s, fencing. With that win over number 3 Kentucky, the top-ranked Mountaineers finished their conference slate 5-0 and claimed their second straight Great American Rifle Conference title. That makes 16 total GARC titles, Tanner. Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, an inside look at how student journalists are honing their skills behind the mic.
Plus, one head coach is putting his name next to other WVU coaching legends in just his first season.
These stories and more after the break. These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University. The Mountaineers are continuing to dominate the sport this season, which isn't new for this prestigious program. Playbook's rifle reporter Ben West has the story. That's right, the distance runner has plenty of trophies to back up that claim, Tanner, including a national championship.
McCabe's collegiate career has also seen a combined 8 Big 12 titles.
Our track and field reporter Luke Blaine tells us how the Morgantown terrain has contributed to her success. Tanner, as Maisie's longtime assistant, it should come as no surprise that Sabins has the Mountaineers off to one of their best starts in program history. They enter the month of April with a 22-4 record. Leading the way, Tanner, is senior outfielder Jace Reinhardt, a Mannington native who is a key part of the team's success at the plate this season.